Hi everyone, Jan Fursdon here from Fursdon House. I have another journal that I'd like to share with you. This one has actually been in the makings for some time now, and I keep putting it off and putting it aside, but I finally got it done. So, I'm calling this a Botanical Journal. It is for sale in my Etsy shop, and I'll put that link below. But here she is. There's the spine. You can see my favorite. Those of you who know some of my work, I love this ribbon, and I've just put some little roses on here, so it's sort of mimicking the flowers on the front and the back. I thought that was so pretty. Got a string there. The pictures on the front and the back are from the book The Country Flowers of a Victorian Lady by Fanny Robinson. Again, that's The Country Flowers of a Victorian Lady. And a beautiful book with some, as you can see, some beautiful pictures in there. And then there's the spine. It is a hardback. The dimensions are 6 inches wide by 8 inches long and about a 1-inch spine, give or take, maybe maybe a little bit more than an inch, but around in that area. And then the closure is with seam binding, cream seam binding. So let's go ahead and open it up. And there we go. And in this one, it's an altered, well, it's sort of an altered book in a sense. I've done these before, and on every page that there is, you have cutouts, different shapes and everything, where I've put in all of my pressed flowers. And there are a total of 16 pressed flowers in here. So let's just go ahead and get started. This is a letter to whoever purchases the book. And then here we have a card, or a tag rather, has a little pocket in there, some more of my favorite ribbon, little space to journal on the back if you want, and then that's just a shell that's been dyed. And that's just a little small journal space there. I've used a lot of pieces of favorite paper that I have that I was using some scraps, some big scraps that I had. I thought, I need to use these up because they're just too pretty to not use. And then here we have an envelope, and just, whoops, get that past there. It's a card, again, more journaling space. And this is something that I've been doing for the last couple of months. It's not a wax seal. I found that wax tends to get brittle, and then it cracks and falls apart, which is not good. So what it is, it's hot glue, and you can now get it in different colors, and you still use the same kind of wax seal that you would for, if you used wax, but you just do it with hot glue. You get you a blob of glue while it's hot, you press the seal down into it, and voila, and that's a bee. I love it. It's so much easier, and it's more pliable and will probably last longer, I'm assuming. Here we have some vintage buttons. And here's the first, I know what I wanted to do. Let me get so that you can actually see the reverse of these flowers, because sometimes it's not always easy to see. Yeah, here we go. So there you can see the clover. This is purple clover. And then here we have an original postcard. My words are not coming out today. This was written in 1912. July 18th at 2 p.m. coming in from Marcellus, Michigan, or going to Marcellus, Michigan, I'm sorry. And it's very easily written. Dear sister, Ernest thinks he can't leave his work to go to Battle Creek until a week from Saturday. Tell mother she won't need to come home until then without she wants to. Love to all, Ethel. That was really cool. An original stamp. So again, this is the original. And I love the graphics on them. So I thought that'd be perfect for this this book. And then now you can see the reverse of the clover. Here we have just a little fairy, flower fairy by Cicely Mary Barker. And here we have a little pocket and just a little journaling space there. And then this is just a little journaling card, if you will. I just put a little decorative cover on the front. Thought that'd be neat. Just slide in there. And here you can see this one is a wildflower. These are from primarily our garden here in Madison, Alabama. So, and again, now you can see the reverse. Da, 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 da. Wildflower here. I mean, there, duh. And then this is these are some really neat flowers that I found at Michael's, I think. Flowers. They're not flowers. It's a blooming butterfly. Yeah. What can I say? Been a while since I've done a video, I think. But I just thought they were really neat because they are multi-layered and they're just really cool. And here we have, this is a curly leaf fern. And up here, I've got an envelope that I've used. I'm holding it in place with Tim Holtz, the miniature little paper clips. I thought those are so cute. And I love using them. They come in perfect. And because this book is relatively small in size, I wanted to use smaller items. So that's why I've used a lot of these small envelopes this time. And we just, as I said, I've also done a lot of stamping and coloring in this one. Just a sweet little card. And on the reverse is just a bit of a snippet of lace. And it just goes right over here. Down there. Okay. And let's see, what do we have this? Here we have this is, I think it's pronounced ligustrum. Ligustrum. I love the smell of this. It's that old-fashioned, old-timey scent. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's really neat. And here is an original cutting, literally a cutting, from the Edith Holden book, Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. There's some more of my favorite ribbon. You can get this in cream. Well, you can get it in just about any color, but I love the green and I love the cream. And here we have Queen Anne's lace. It's also known as Bishop's lace. And this was after those beautiful high collars back in the, where was it, the 1600s or 1700s? I can't remember. Anyway, the nobility wore these really fancy rough collars. R-U-F-F, not R-O-U-G-H. But they lace and just really, it was amazing how intricate they were. And that's where these flowers came from, are named from. And bishops, of course, were part of that as well as the queen. Have just a little card there that's with decorative punching in there. Another one of the little Tim Holtz paper clips. And then on this side, this is just a little card there. And let's see, here we have, this is a photocopy of an original cabinet card, so an original portrait, if you will. They made them back in the 1890s, 1910, probably even earlier than that. But I think this one's from around the 1890s to 1910 time frame. And this is a photocopy of my original. And I've just put a little bit of crochet on there. Writing space on the reverse. And this flower is Pink Phlox. You can see it there. I learned more about flowers. It's amazing. And all because of journaling. These are just little cards. Again, I've just given them a decorative edge, and I've stained the edges. And those are always nice little things to put, like inspirational quotes, or you can put Bible verses, or, you know, whatever little thing that you want. It all, you'd be amazed at what fits in a little spot. And this is an envelope and card from, let's see, Gallery Graphics. And it's sweet. This is German cologne, Hoyt's German cologne. I love cat. We have cats everywhere. We have 3 right now. One of them's ours, one of them's one daughter's, and one of them's another daughter's. How'd we get into that one? Gallery Graphics, and that's an original card there. A sweet little envelope that's got that embossed. Oh, come on, you, really? Get down in there. Has a little embossed logo there. Here we have red Japanese maple leaf. We have red and we have green, and this one is part of the red one. This is some of Tim Holtz. I think they call them instant ancestors. And I've just drawn and colored a little bit of grass and flowers that they're stepping in. I thought they would look so sweet. And these are Tim Holtz die cut flowers. And you can, you know, cut out any color that you want. I think it's really neat. They're so intricate. A lot of fun putting glue on that little puppy. And here we have a bit of lace. This is from my friend Annette. She did a snippet roll for me, and it was just gorgeous. And this flower is the Vinca, V-I-N-C-A. Okay, and oh, here we have miniature envelopes. I love small things. I have a dollhouse that's huge. It's in a cabinet, so it's actually called a cabinet house. That's an old term, but that's the original term. And when you close it, it looks like just a cabinet. But when you open it up, of course, it's divided into rooms. So I do like miniatures and things, and I just love those. It's so sweet. I got that on Etsy, and I don't remember the name of the lady, but I will put her link below. Because it's about time for me to order more, so I need to find it. And that's just a bit of embroidery. Here we have fuchsia. I love fuchsia. It's so beautiful. And then another one of these envelopes here. I mean, so just a little bit of snippet there, and a card. And then the reverse, I've just done some stamping and some coloring. That actually looks, I wonder if it looks better this way. Oh, well, who knows? We'll do it this way. Not that it matters. What can I say? This is a bit of crocheted lace. Got a little bit of string there. And the flower here is white crepe myrtle. Another one of the little flower fairies. Here we have an original. I collect these. They're calling cards. And even though it's inside this envelope, which is also antique, it did not come with it. But it fit perfectly, and I thought that would be a great way to keep it protected. I mean, look at the graphics. It's just amazing. And the idea is you raise it up and then you see the person who is calling. I just love them. I have a set of them, and I think they're so neat. Very fragile, but beautiful. So let me put him back in here. I thought he'd go perfect with this botanical themed journal. Here we have just a fold over card, journaling space. This is from a cardstock packet that I've just cut out and inked the edges, put a little bit of cheesecloth on there, and then the reverse has some more of the Tim Holtz die cut flowers in green. Just beautiful. I'm amazed at how intricate they are, and I've been having a lot of fun cutting them out. I said the fun part is putting on the glue. And this flower it's pansies. And another one of the little miniature envelopes. You can just see, you can pull out that. And so sweet. Another of the Tim Holtz die cut flowers. And this particular flower is called the passion flower. It's also called mock apricot. And it looks so beautiful when it's fresh, but it looked so interesting when it was dried that I thought I really like it, so I continue to press them. And you can see the reverse here. In this instance, the reverse actually even looks more interesting, I think. But again, that's passion flower. And then here we have just a bit of silk and what have you. A little journal card. Oh, I'm sorry, this is not a card. This one I did a little, because I liked this. I didn't want to cover up this because it looks so nice. So I just made a little bit of paper in there. Gave it some more space. And another one of the little flower fairies. I think this one's lavender. And I've just created that little snippet for the envelope. And again, we pull it out. go. And this flower is the moss rose. And I like this. It looks interesting. And it's almost translucent. The leaves become almost translucent. That's why I like those. Here we have another envelope, a little bit larger. Some vintage button and crocheted lace, if you will. A little journaling tag that I've just done a decorative edge on. This I have created basically a, I mean, you could write on that if you want, but I was basically using it as a bookmark. And that's a vintage button there, and something like that. And then again, you open up the, get down in there, you open up the envelope. And again, I've done some stamping and coloring. And just a page, tea stained, tea and coffee dyed. And again, with just a little bit of some stamping and coloring going on there. This flower is the Mexican heather. It's normally, for the most of the United States, it's an annual. The further south you come, it becomes a perennial, like in Texas. I think it is a perennial, considered a perennial, because it's basically year-round. In Alabama, not quite as south, it is basically in bloom, like from early spring until fall. So it's almost a perennial here. So dainty and pretty. Little tiny purple flowers. It's just gorgeous. Here we have another little fold over. And again, the Tim Holtz die cut flowers on the reverse. More journaling space. And let's see, where are we at now? We are, oh, these are some of my favorites. This is fern. I love ferns. Get that from my mom and my grandma. They both love ferns, and I do too. And this is another favorite of mine, and it's a lily of the valley. Our dear friend and neighbor Susan gave me these when we first moved in here 28 years ago. This is our only house we've ever owned. Been in the Army before that, moving all over creation and back. And as a welcoming gift, she sent us over some cuttings, because she knew that Nigel, my husband, loves gardening. And now I'm able to press some of those. I just love them in little tiny bell shapes. And they look so sweet when they're fresh. And this is just another envelope. There's the, and this one's, here let me get that. There we go. And again, more journaling space. And on the reverse, just a snippet of some silks and cheesecloth and this metal image. These used to go, are designed to go on the fronts of furniture, sort of as a protector, but also as decoration. They're really neat and very unusual. And you would literally put them up like on corners and legs and stuff, so that it would protect them perhaps against getting some of the bumps and stuff, but also just for decorative use. And some of them are fabulous. This envelope is not a pocket. The others are, but this one is not a pocket. Vintage button here. And another little card. And this flower is the yellow rosebuds. More of my favorite ribbon. And here, there's two things here. This is this envelope, if you will, with a pocket in the reverse as well, is made from an antique music book in German. I got that when I was in Germany this past August visiting my daughter. And we went to some thrift shops and what have you. I forget now what they called them. But it was basically a thrift shop. And so I've made pockets. And in here I've just put some pages that have been tea stained. And then I've just used this as a method of holding it closed. And then this is something special. These are thistles. It's taken almost a year to get this flat enough. I've pressed it and pressed it and pressed it. I love thistles. I think they're just gorgeous, but they're thick, and I finally managed to get this one flat enough. But then the problem was, if you use regular acetate or plastic, they're so sharp. I'm telling you, unless you use gloves, do not pick up a thistle. And they are stickery. They don't look that lethal until you go and pick up one. You can see some of the thorns there, but even up in here, it can be quite nasty. Well, we ordered an appliance, and it came with this thick plastic as a covering for the appliance. And I thought, I wonder if that's going to work. And sure enough, I was able to sew through it, and you can still see enough through it that it's just gorgeous. So that is the thistle, and that is it. That's all of the journal. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Again, you can see there's the front, the reverse. I have to give credit for my granddaughter. I had buttons on here, but then it just didn't look right. And then I thought, well, maybe flowers. And so I had flowers on there, but they were all the same color. And then my granddaughter said, use the green ribbon and just alternate colors. And I thought, oh, I don't know. She says, yeah, I do, because it matches. And I'm thinking, okay, the kid's smart, you know. So many thanks to Isabel for her input on this, because I really love it. I think it turned out really well. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. This is for sale on my Etsy shop. And I'll put that link below. And I hope you're having a great day and a blessed week. It is, oh goodness, what is it? Friday in Madison, Alabama. And it is hot and sticky. Our long spring has gone, but it's all good. We do our humidity here in Alabama. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.